Hi guys, welcome to the show Champions of Footballoholics. My name is Ninad Chilap, and today on show we have got Juggernaut of Footballoholics, Karthik. Hi Karthik, welcome to the show.
Hi guys. Hi Nath. Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to
Say,
be on this segment.
pleasure is mine. How are you and how's life in
Right.
lockdown?
Well, I mean, it's like have to adapt to quite a few things, professionally as well as personally. So yeah, it has been a learning curve. It has been a challenge, and hopefully we'll get to go back to the normal days soon. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's hope for that. So tell us about you, Karthik. When did you start playing the game of football? Like everyone knows you. Like now, like I have been knowing you for last 2 years, but no one knows about how when you started the game. So when was
Right.
it? When was it?
Actually, I started off pretty late. On to be honest with you, like till I was 14, I was more into cricket. But then suddenly there was a transition. So once we finished our SSC, so all my friends they suddenly on to so we requested to have a couple of months vacation after the exams. So that's when we started playing football on our and slowly and steadily the game started to grow on me. So initially I started off as a goalkeeper because I was not great with the ball and on the ball skills were pretty much at a very low level in terms of ball control, passing. So slowly and steadily, I moved into defense, try to play more with the ball. So that's how I actually started off, playing as a defender. And then I used to watch a lot of football videos on YouTube. Favorite was Paulo Maldini. So that's how I started off, loving the art of defending. Looking at him make those great slide tackles. I mean, the best part about his slide tackles were, the way he used to retain possession after the slides. So that is something which I was fascinated. Unfortunately, never could replicate that, stuff on the ground. But yeah, he was a great motivation to uh, continue as a central defender. Though he used to play on the left initially, and then with age, he moved into center back. But yeah, like pretty much grew up watching Maldini videos when I started off playing, football.
That's great. That's great to hear about that. And so, did you play for college or any professional football league or something you ever played?
Right. So when I was in 11th and 12th, I used to represent a team from Chedanagar.
Okay.
It was called CSP, Chedanagar Soccer Prodigies. So we used to play Division 4 back then, in Parel,
Previous
MDFA ground.
ground.
Right. But the problem was like I was not a regular starter. Like, I mean, there were better players than me in the team. So I used to be on the bench. So in the third season, I moved to a different team wherein I got a uh, chance to play regular football. But then the fourth year somehow, because of college curricular activities, unfortunately, I couldn't focus much on playing MDFA. But then I used to play for my college team. So 11, 12, as I said, like it was more of MDFA. So I never used to participate in college events, but from degree college onwards, I started going for the training. By that time, like it was already 2 years playing regular football daily, so I'd improved a bit, and fortunately, I got a uh, like a breakthrough in the first team for the college team. So yeah, that was a really great experience. Like Anant was with me, the same team. Unfortunately, Ashwin Rao never used to turn up for practice. Like, I mean, I wish he would have turned up regularly. Definitely would have made it to the first team. But then I guess he had other preferences at that point of time. So yeah. So third year, fortunately, again I got a chance to lead the team, being a senior. Uh, but unfortunately, never won a tournament as a captain with the team. That is something which I regret. I mean, we could have won a couple of tournaments. We fell short at the last stage. We reached semis. But yeah, it was a great experience, being a part of a tournament, competing against good teams, the highs and the lows, the euphoria. It was like a roller coaster ride.
Oh, that's really great. It's an interesting story that you had. Like, we could see that you were self-made. Like, rather than anyone teaching you, you saw videos of Maldini, and then you tried to replicate his play into your game. And we could see that some of the game,
Right,
like Maldini reads the game very well, and you are one of those players who reads the game brilliantly. So that's something that everyone
right.
should learn from you. And so let's talk
Thanks,
about
thanks. I compliment.
let's
I
talk about
mean, very
footballics.
rare.
Let's talk about footballics once again. Like,
Right, right.
how did you
Sure,
join the
sure,
group?
sure. So actually, it was because of Anant. Like, I guess it was 3 years ago, wherein he invited me, and he was like, "Okay, come along with me. Let's play." There's Ashwin Rao as well. So you'll have some known faces to play, and slowly and steadily you'll make friends. And these guys are better than you. Like I used to play with another guy in Matunga, but unfortunately, local people in the area they used to create a lot of problems because the ground was private and we used to play on it. They used to create a lot of problems. They used to call cops and shit. So we were looking to branch out, play at some place, where there is no need to worry about the cops or anything like that. Just focus on the game. So that's how I got introduced to the footballoholics. Honestly, the first couple of experience were really good, and I felt that players are much better, and I felt that playing with better players will definitely improve you as a footballer. So that's how I used to look forward to playing with footballoholics regularly. And then eventually, I guess after 6 8 months, people noticed that I'm regular, I'm serious about the game. So people started taking me serious, and that was a good thing. And even I like the fact that people consider me as a integral part, especially in the defense. So yeah, I mean, I do miss the footballaholic Sundays. It's pretty unfortunate with the pandemic.
We'll be back soon with football for sure. Tell me
Yeah.
more about this. Like, which is the difficult player you find the most? Like, which is the toughest opponent for you?
Without a shadow of a doubt, it has to be Kunal. I
Yeah,
mean, apart from Kunal, I find a bit difficult to play against Sagar. He closes down pretty well, doesn't give you much time on the ball. So, Sagar is one player who's very difficult to play against when you have to be really very quick against him. Ian, to an extent, quite a physical player. Uh, like if you let him turn, then you're doomed. So
true.
not letting him turn is the key.
See, exactly.
And Akshay, of course, like very good on the ball. It's very difficult to get the ball off him,
True. So,
and he makes you run a lot. Like
okay. So to like, so what's your view on the FPL that we have started? Like, we already completed 10 seasons. Any view on that? Like, is
right,
it like
right.
a motivational factor, or is just another day for you, or like something that brings? of you as a player? What exactly FPL does for you?
Honestly, it's like a breath of fresh air and something which I look forward to. Like obviously, regular football is also something which keeps me motivated. But having said that, the FPL definitely brings in a competitive, atmosphere, and it brings out the, like the fighter in you. At least for me, it does. I don't know about the rest because I take the game pretty passionately. So yeah, the rest of the days are like pretty chilled out, as in the intensity is not as much as it is on those FPL days. So yeah, intensity is something which I feel is much higher during FPL,
Okay.
and also the trophy is on the line. So
True. Any
right,
top three moments from FPL that you have in your mind?
uh, I guess I've won it thrice if I'm not wrong. So I guess those three moments are definitely the ones I remember for a really long time. And also I played a small role in comeback, like in a couple of those games, scored some decisive goals. So those are something or some things which I would definitely take with me for the rest of my life. Like very hard to forget those moments.
So I
Like
recollect.
the highlights.
I recollect even the first FPL that we made a comeback. Like we were 3-0
Yeah,
down
yeah,
in the first
definitely.
half, and then we won 4-3.
Right, right,
That was
right, right.
something
It
like
was like,
in that also you scored a vital goal, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, right. So, I mean, again, it's a team effort, honestly. Fighting spirit is something which I was surprised. Like, the second half comeback. I mean, fairy tale stuff, bro. Like, this only happens in Champions League and stuff like that. So, it was really good to put up a fight, and I was happy that we didn't go down without a fight, and
True.
eventually we came out as winners. So great experience. Like this is like once in a lifetime kind of an experience, and I'm glad I had it with Footballoholics. Like that was something which I was missing since college days, playing football, competitive football.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was like a rewind, rolling back the years, the good old days.
that's great to hear.
So
So, tell me about your dream team. Like, if you are captain of a team, like, what will be the players around you in a
with
game of seven aside?
so players in terms of footballoholics or like football in general.
Footballoholics specifically. Footballoholics.
Uh,
A team of seven, if you want to build, who will be those players? Like starting from keeper to striker.
from Footballoholics or
Correct. Footballoholics
general
only.
football, like
Footballoholics.
okay, right. So definitely in goal it will be Gagan. Uh, I mean, because of his height and reflexes, it's very difficult to get past him. And on his day, he's like one of the best you ever had in Footballoholics. So definitely he will be my captain. I would put you and as center backs.
Start.
So Gagan in goal. I will have you and Anuj as my defenders. In the midfield, I would definitely play Kunal and Akshay,
True.
and probably Sagar as a forward, along with Ian for the physical aspect. So this would be my like best seven with regards to Footballoholics.
Great to know that. Uh, thanks, Karthik, for your time. It was pleasure having you on
Most
the show.
welcome. Likewise, I mean it was a pleasure interacting with you, Nina, and I hope we could do more such things in the future.
Sure,
And
sure.
definitely, this has been a breath of fresh air.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. You guys keep us motivated. Entire Footballics.
Definitely, definitely.
Hope you like the show. Please do like, share, and subscribe.